following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.
And we're back.
We are back. Good morning. Welcome to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. We're at the Hampton Inn today. It's the final show of 2022, and the crowd goes wild.
And I say it every year. You get there at the beginning of the year, and there's, you got the whole year in front of you. And I tell everybody it's going to go fast. And at the end of the year, boom. So we're having a show at the Hampton with waffles.
And I'll tell you what, the waffles have put us a little behind schedule.
A little behind.
I mean, you were a little behind getting to the mic.
Well, you got to have breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day.
Do you ever have lunch?
Yeah. It's pretty important.
Pretty important.
Boy, you hate to go to bed hungry.
Yeah, and supper's important.
Dinner and maybe a little
late night snack is very important as well. But right on cue. Coach Al, no show last week.
Darkens the doorway.
We'll wait for him to get all settled in here. But, the last show of 2022, Christmas is next weekend, and following is New Year's Eve, and Jim just doesn't want to be around us then. So
he's really
that's his Christmas.
Yeah, that's his Christmas present to himself. Get to
shuts the show down.
2 weeks of
nothing.
Yeah.
Bliss.
Well, now joining us is Coach Neil Alexander. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Great show last week.
Yeah.
We had a lot of questions written up for you.
I just want to say thanks.
Had a whole agenda and turned the radio on to listen to it on the way to the Illinois game. And
what do you get?
You two babbling.
Gibberish.
20 minutes.
And we kept thinking, well, he's going to be here any minute. He'll be here in a minute.
Denise was gone. You were gone. Nobody called.
He was alone.
Nobody reminded me.
Jim?
He was just wandering around thinking, man, I'm supposed to be somewhere.
Well,
I'm supposed to be somewhere.
I had a former player catch me out at the rec, and we got to talking, and it just slipped my mind.
That's all right. Well, you'll make up for it today.
I'm sure.
Not a whole lot's happened since then, but several wins over at Jacksonville last Saturday. A big win over at the Bowl. Raylor shot the ball well and ended up with a big victory over Jacksonville. And then going to have a afternoon game today against Effingham. That's pretty exciting. Where we've talked about it before. You go to a game at 2:30, you're done by 3:30, 4 o'clock, and have the rest of your evening. So I see we have a couple of those this year.
Yeah, we do, and it's becoming more and more of a thing with scheduling and finding places to play and times and gym openings and everything. It's becoming more and more, and with Title IX and things, the girls and boys are rotating nights, Friday, Saturday, and that's why we didn't play last night. The girls played last night and had a big win. So that's just kind of it. But I'm excited about it. I hope our fans come out and support the afternoon game and, help our kids out.
Well, Lincoln basketball on the whole, Coach, is doing very, very well this year. You guys lost one game. The girls haven't lost yet. We had Coach Rohr on last week, and, boy, it looks like things are looking pretty good for basketball in Lincoln this year. A lot of high expectations and a lot of hope.
Well, we hope so, and it all comes down to pairings and things and where you're going to go and everything. And the IHSA has released the sites for the regionals and so forth. The girls, where would they be? I can't remember. Bloomington maybe, and they're still looking for another site, which we've offered. And then the boys, we will be either at Champaign Central or Normal West. So the sites are out. Sectional for the boys will be at MacArthur, and the girls would go to Rochester.
We got 3 games this week, starting today with Effingham, and then we got Glenwood Tuesday, and then Washington Wednesday.
Correct.
So 3 big games coming up before Christmas break, but let's talk a little bit about today's game, Effingham. The Flaming Hearts, usually a pretty good matchup with the Raylers. A lot of red and green and white in the gym, and I'm sure they have a Wolf on the team that's a pretty good shooter. No Wolf this year?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Well, he's a pretty good shooter.
So, I mean, Effingham, no easy task for the Railers.
No, they play us tough. They're very physical. They're the same this year. They've got the shooter, the Wolf kid on the perimeter that can shoot. He's averaging about 20 a game, and then they've got a kid inside that's just about 6'3", that's very, very strong. And so we'll be tested today. I think they're 3-0, 4-0, maybe 4-1 in the conference, and they're off to a good start in the league, and it'll be a challenge today.
Well, with it being an afternoon game, your game prep is a little bit different. How do you get the kids ready? Because it's going to be a little different atmosphere, a little different feel to the game, being a 2:30 start. How do you get those kids ready?
Well, we talked about that it's different. You have to get up and get them up, get them moving, and we play a 2:30 game down at Collinsville, so really it's a good prep for us. So it is a different arrangement.
We were talking earlier when we were grabbing some waffles over there, and I threw a couple of names at him that I guess showed my age, and I'm certain you've probably heard of them. You ever heard of a guy named Uwe Blob?
Oh, yeah.
And Mitch Arnold?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I threw those names out, and he looked at me and went, who?
Yeah, they were back in the 70s. They were back in my day.
Were they state champions?
If not, they were runner-up. Yeah. They were pretty good.
Uwe was inside, and Mitch could bomb, and there was no three-point line.
Yep.
He didn't even remember that. My lands.
I don't think I was born yet, Joe.
There was the other one I think played at Taylorville.
That's right. Yeah, Taylorville later on. Anyway, I just thought, the Hearts, they were good dynasty there for a while those guys were all
They were really good. And Maxion was a coach there, and a Hall of Fame coach, and that was back when they used to have the conference was a mid-state conference, and in that conference was Effingham, Litchfield, Vandalia, Pana, Taylorville, but that was back in the 70s.
Yeah, see, there's a little history lesson for you.
Good. Yeah, a little history. Right?
You ever get over there,
memory lane.
Hillsborough was in that conference.
I'm sure they probably have some of that stuff all around in the gym, don't they? I think. I haven't been over to the Effingham gym, but
they've got a new gym. It's really a nice gym. They don't play in the same one they played in back then.
You have to try to make it over there this year, Joe, because it might be the last time we go down there.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I'm not going to say it on the air, but hopefully. I guess I did.
Yeah. I guess you did say.
Nothing against them. That's just a long drive.
It is.
It's a long drive.
It is. It's good competition, but a long drive, and hard to get to.
Yeah, no easy way.
So 2:30 tip today, and then Tuesday night, Glenwood. Is that home?
That's at home.
That's at home. Okay, and no shot clock, so you can anticipate a 16-12 final. Usually how those games work out, but they've been struggling a little bit this year.
They have. They're young, but they did score some points last night. I think Southeast was 62-51 or something.
Yeah.
So they're scoring, and then we saw Washington play last night, and we have them up there Wednesday. So that'll be a hard game. They play really hard. They really shoot it well, and the tradition at Washington is pretty good.
So no nights off for coaches. You don't play, you're going to another game to scout, and that's just that's the way it is.
Yep. It was a little relaxing to scout though. You sit there, eat a bag of popcorn, drink a soda.
Popcorn. J-Mac sits on your lap.
I don't think J-Mac goes.
Just stay quiet.
No, he does do scouting, but he didn't last night. He's got a game this morning.
I say coaches tend to like to stay incognito, and then J-Mac's there. It's hard to do.
Yeah, pretty hard to do.
It's tough.
Sticks out like a sore
thumb. With an 8-year-old running up and down the aisles.
Yeah. So the seedings are out. I guess you call them seedings for the Collinsville tournament. The Railers going to take on a Granite City. You like that first round matchup?
Well, I think the field's really strong. I really don't know where else you could go. I was surprised Quincy was put in the lower half, but they're really good. Even though they got beat last night, they got beat by Moline, which has the two kids that are going to Iowa. But I would think Quincy would be the favorite. That's why it's hard for me to believe they're down there in the bracket with Collinsville. But if we'd win the Granite City, we get either Belleville East, which is supposed to be really good. We haven't seen them. And then McClure North, and we know nothing about them, and they're out of St. Louis. So some good competition.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that it's exciting that we're using the shot clock down there. So it's going to be I'm anxious to do it to see where we stand, so we know what we have to work on if the shot clock ever comes in. So
you got to think that tournament's going to be a focal point for teams around the state. I don't know if any other tournaments are doing it.
Most tournaments are using it.
They are using it?
Yeah. Pekin is, I know. I don't know about some of the smaller tournaments like Williamsville and so forth, but
Pontiac's using it.
Pontiac's using it. But they are using it. They're trying to get some data to see where they stand on it. Personally, I think it's going to be hard for the manufacturers to manufacture enough shot clocks to get everything in Illinois within a year.
And then finding people to operate those shot clocks. And Joe Ryan has offered his services.
I have already withdrawn my name.
I've been sitting there. We've been playing with it in practice, but you have to reset the clock every time, and put 35 seconds on. And I'm sitting there, but I'm trying to do other things too, and I forget to turn it on. So I can't imagine somebody that sits there and has to be totally focused on the game for every possession.
Yeah,
they don't want to look down at that end and see some mad coach screaming at him.
Well, and I think that's going to happen.
You don't have to scream. He just gives you the look.
No, he was screaming. That's how I heard him. Hey, I'll shut that off.
Sorry. Yeah, it's
when it happens, we'll be looking for people to be able to do that.
But when it hits the rim, or do we know that rule yet? When it hits the rim and it goes, and you get an offensive rebound, is it reset? That guy's got to reset the thing.
It's interesting to know because I tried to read the rules and I got distracted with something, but I don't know if it resets to 20, whether it resets back to 35. The way I understand it, it'll reset totally and go back to 35. The only time you'll have a 20-second reset if it's under 20 seconds and you get a kick or something. Then it'll reset to 20. But other than that, I think they're trying to make it as easy as they can on the person that is running that they're not saying, okay, offensive board, oops, I got 20 seconds or 35 seconds. And I think they'll try to make it as simple as possible for the person running the clock.
In college, or pros, is that like automatic, like it's done on its own, hitting the rim and resetting, or is somebody doing that at college?
I think somebody does it because they go to the monitor quite a bit to readjust it.
Now in college, I know the referees have some kind of device that they use, but I don't know if that's to start the clock.
Starts the clock.
Yeah, and then I know something has to do with the whistle too. I think it stops the clock. I don't know, but there's
some clocks that are sensitive to whistles and things. So
not ours, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what,
just the human factor.
A lot of people sitting over there getting chewings.
Now, does it reset on a foul?
Yes.
That could come into play too. It's down to 50 seconds or whatever, and you get down to maybe 15 seconds on the shot clock or whatever, and if you foul, that could change the outcome.
That could be a situation where you got a dead ball, foul could reset to 20. I think the resets to 20 would be on a dead ball of some type, a kickball, a foul, possibly under 20 seconds.
I would assume some fans are going to take it out on that person running the clock too.
Oh, that night he'll be
they should dress in something else, or at least be behind some one-way glass so no one can see him.
Well, that, or the scorekeeper has to wear an official shirt. They need to put this guy with a target on his back.
What a nightmare.
That is not something that I even want to venture down.
You know, we laugh about
I might want to try it.
We laugh about the time you asked me to go over and run the chains.
Well, you forgot your glasses.
And all those guys hid that held the sticks, and they handed me that thing. I said, I don't know how this works. I'm like, well, we're kicking off. I don't have any readers on. I can't
see,
read
there's
it.
one that what we have for the play clock for football, it's just a nice little hand where option 1 is reset to 40, option 2 reset to 25. So, but the reset to 25 is usually on a dead ball.
Yeah. What I did was turn it in.
you
Here, I don't know what I'm doing.
somebody else. He didn't have his glasses, so he couldn't even read it.
The official turned around to me and said, just shut it off. I said, good with me.
Well, that's what you get for roaming the sidelines.
Well, you know what? I put I went there to watch the game, so I put both contacts in so I could see far. He handed me this thing to see up close, and I was like, man, I got problems here. This isn't going to work.
No chance.
Oh, boy.
It was some funny stuff.
Old age stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty funny too.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
This goes with territory.
hey, you know, I'm jumping cyber jumping on you a little bit, but you know, one of my questions I had for you last week was, you know, we all talk about this, you know, the Illinois and Jeff coaching and all cool. You guys get to roll everywhere and go look at all this stuff. I just want to ask you, how cool is it? Just to have, from the being a dad side of it, how cool is it to have your son just like on the inside of D1 college sports?
Well,
Because that's cool.
It's nerve-wracking.
it is. You know, there's a lot of pressure there, and you know, it's pretty neat. The kid has worked for it. He's paid his dues. Started at the bottom, worked himself up, and it's like anything else. You got to have connections and so forth. And you know, Coach Underwood coached Greg at Western Illinois, and then Jeff done his graduate work there and was a graduate assistant with Brad, and they got to become pretty close, and that's basically how things have evolved. But it's pretty cool to know and watch him, you know, see him on TV at Madison Square Garden, which, you know, I've always wanted to go watch a game at Madison Square Garden, or, you know, he's out at Vegas, and
It's awesome.
Well, maybe if you'd retire, you could do some things like that.
Well, you don't have much free time.
Yeah, you know, but we do get to some, and you know, we are the next. They play this afternoon, but we've got a game. So, but the next game we go to will be the Bragging Rights in Missouri, and that'll be fun. So,
Yeah, I know the
pretty cool.
Gazzardos enjoyed the Madison Square Garden.
yeah,
He made the big screen.
Oh,
yeah.
he
Did
told
you
me all
see him
about
on
it.
that?
Oh,
The big
yeah.
jumbo.
He told me all about it. He had a ball over there.
Yep.
That's well, you know what? It's just, you know, we all watch the sports and you know, don't have that inside. You know, our entire lives you may not know someone that coached or did anything. So,
Well, we know somebody, but I don't know much inside stuff.
No,
you know, we never.
He's pretty. It's
really. I see him less than what I saw him when he was at Evansville and Idaho. He's pretty much spending time at it.
well, hopefully
Yeah,
he's going to bring you something nice for Christmas.
He should.
Yeah, I
Something
think so.
big.
his appetite. That's what he brings.
I hope so.
Yeah, but no, he's always busy. I mean, your family life during basketball is non-existent because he's either on the road or at the gym, and it's a big sacrifice. So
You know, we go to Champaign, we go to see the kids.
Yeah.
There's no chance of seeing him.
yeah, we go on vacations in the summer. We just want the kids because he's always somewhere else in Italy, Spain, or somewhere. But
Yeah, it's very cool. I
pretty
like
neat.
that. Man,
Yep.
it gets you some gear, so that helps.
I used to.
Not anymore.
No, you know,
he lost about 100
pre-COVID,
pounds.
he was wearing a double X, and that's my size. So I was getting a lot of hand-me-downs, and you know, then COVID hit, and he done nothing but work out, and he went from a 2X to a large.
Really?
So guess who benefits the large?
Nobody in our family.
Greg.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Greg gets it, doesn't he? Well, you know, maybe he can get you guys 5% off at the Illinois fan booth or
Oh
something.
yeah, sure. Probably 5% over.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they have a game today against Alabama A&M. I hope they can get back on track because last Saturday was brutal.
Yeah.
Man.
Just get them out of the way. It's all right.
Yeah, but man,
you learn from them. Trap game. It was a trap game.
It was a trap game.
Now, Missouri, they're not having a good year, are they? We are right there with the bragging rights. Are they?
They lost their first game last week against Kansas.
Oh, that was their first loss? Oh, well, then, yeah. That should be a good game.
So, don't pay much attention, do you, Joe?
Well, I do and I don't. I just happen to see where they got beat. But like, they get beat by 30 or something? It was a huge
15.
loss, I thought.
Well, the NCAA is just so up and down. You know, we lose to Maryland, and UCLA just the other night beats the tar out of them by 30. I mean, anybody can beat anybody.
UCLA's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, you beat a number 2 team in this nation in Texas, and then followed up with that thing last Saturday.
Trap game. That was it. That was the definition of a trap game. You come off number 2, a big high at Madison Square Garden. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that. Then you come home to that.
But as a coach, you got to. We always talk about this, but as a coach, that's almost a good thing that happened. Not a good thing, but you go in that locker room afterwards and go, "Hey, you guys think you're on top of the world? You think you're that good?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Where are we?"
And I think he stated that.
Yeah. If you watch his interview,
if I could see his face.
To everybody.
Yeah. If you're going to get it out of the way, right now is the time of the year to get it out of the way. That's for sure.
I mean, they're 0-2 in the Big Ten, but I think they'll be fine. You know, it's a tough league. Big Ten is brutal.
Purdue's unbelievable this year. So
I mean,
they're going to be tough.
Up and down the board, there's really no.
The season's so long. At some point, they'll stub their toes. It's just a long, long season.
Speaking of Big Ten, very disappointed in Ryan Thomas. Took a job at Iowa.
He's coming to get you guys.
Yeah. I told him if there's any orange or yellow and black in my house, then he's not.
Well, it's
not welcome. So
he'll look like a bumblebee one of these days when he gets here. You know that. We think he's going to get a tattoo.
Of each school he stops at along his professional way.
Boy, that thing would stick out on that pale white skin, wouldn't it?
He'd be a great tattoo canvas, man. Put some
I don't know that the
guy.
ink would stick.
Well, I told him don't put it on your arm. You're going to have to get some muscles before you put it on your arm.
Yeah, he'd get a little butterfly or something. That's about all he can fit. But, Coach, back to some serious things. The Railers, 3-game stretch right here. You want to finish the first quarter of the season strong, already to almost Christmas. And, boy, it flies by, and, got to keep it rolling.
Yeah, it's a good test for us. We got a lot of different things coming up, and, we're excited about this week, and then turn around and go to Collinsville and play down there. That's a fun place to play, and they've treated us very well. You can pretty much pencil us in the afternoon game somewhere. So hopefully our faithful will be down there and support, and hopefully we can have a good showing down there. I'm a little worried, scared. It's a different feeling going down there with the shot clock, and but everybody's in the same boat. Some people probably played at Thanksgiving with the shot clock. You can use it in shootouts. So there's some shootouts out there that's already happened. Whether they used it or not, I don't know. But I would imagine there's a few teams that have played with the shot clock that'll have a upper hand.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some bugs to work out. I don't know.
We're trying to work on them as best we can.
I'm just talking about the shot clock operator and all that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what time the first game is, 11 or something like that on that Wednesday?
10 and 11:30.
So it'd be interesting how, I don't know if they get.
It'd be interesting if the same shot clock guy works the entire weekend, or if he goes a couple of games and goes, "Hey man, I've had enough of this."
That could happen. Yeah. And as far as an administrator goes, you're going to have to find 3, 4, 5 guys to train how to do this.
Well, you got 2 gyms going too
today. So
you got the auxiliary gym and the front gym. So.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
That guy needs a camcorder on him.
I feel like the student section might enjoy the shot clock.
Oh, they'll wear that out.
They'll wear that out.
There'll be a lot of 3, 2, and there's like 11
8 seconds
left. So, well, Coach, I know you probably got a full morning getting your kids ready. Heck, game time is 5 hours, so I'm sure you got to get them probably a little shoot around, get them woke, get the sleep out of their eyes, and get them ready to go against Effingham.
Yep, we will, and hopefully we'll have everyone out there and come out and have a good Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely, come out.
But I would like to say, I see you two guys sitting there. Does the Cubs have a catcher?
Cubs have nothing. No, we don't have a catcher. We don't have a shortstop. We don't have pitching.
You wait till next year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating.
They must have a plan.
They got young prospects.
If they have a plan, nobody knows what it is because they're.
Well, them and the Cardinals must be together. So
at least you guys got
sitting in the same
catcher
booth.
now. We got nothing. We got Bellinger for a year.
Well, after this year, we don't have any pitching. We have no starting pitching after this year except, I think, Mets. So,
yeah, I mean, you look at the Dodgers. Everybody just spending money like it's Dodgers, Yankees, Padres.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There's got the Phillies go out and sign Trey Turner for $900 million. It seems like, and I don't know how they can afford these payrolls with Harper, Turner.
Well, keep in mind that the Cubs and Cardinals both are one of the highest revenuing teams in the league, and they're not spending the money.
Right.
Whereas these teams that are spending the money. It just tells you where the money's going.
To their pockets.
To their pockets.
Yeah, Ricketts, we opened up the checkbook. Jake can spend what he wants.
One time.
He spent, $50 million?
Yeah, it's unleashed.
Yeah, unleashed. Yeah, it's frustrating because, you check your phone. I check my phone every half hour waiting for a signing. And
just somebody.
I'm telling you, there's not anything to sign out there anymore.
Well,
it's all
gone. You got Swanson, who's still getting shuffled around. 4 teams interested.
I think the Cubs might be on the track for him.
Well, if they're going to do it, they better do it because right now he's got the upper hand.
But that's a guy that's going to bat between 250, 270.
He's not going to get you
I think last year's going to be a career high for home runs at 25. He's maybe a 20 home run guy. I mean, it's
unless they plan on doing.
Boy, they're going to pay big money for him too. Whoever gets him, going to pay big money for him.
Would you rather pay big money for him, Correa, or Bogarts, or Turner?
Well, Correa is going to be one of the top 3 hitters in the league.
Yeah.
So, and he's already signed. So, Bogarts, he's going to be one of the top average guys and top stolen base guys in the league.
So it sounds like National League West, American League East. They just spend money.
They're soaking it up.
And us little Midwesterners just
take what you get.
Get what you get. You get the leftovers. But oh well, it's going to be a long. It's been a long football season.
I feel like on the Cardinals end, I don't think they're going to be spending much more money, but I think there's going to be a trade coming. They've got a lot of extra pieces that that are a lot of teams I think look at as commodity pieces, and we'll see. I mean, I'd like to see them unload about three to 4 players, and maybe a player that you wouldn't think of, like maybe a Jack Flaherty or something like that.
Now we did sign a former Cardinal.
Contract.
We did sign a Cardinal. I don't know his name. Yeah.
Oh,
outfielder.
He's fast. That guy is fast.
Yay, we got a fast guy.
He's fast.
I don't know why I get.
He's a little bit older too. He's not young.
It's a long time away.
Yeah. I'm ready for off-season NFL. See what the Bears do with all that money in those draft picks.
I'm ready.
What
for
about playoff
training.
Bears?
Playoffs? Yeah. No.
Playoff Bears. Two more years.
You know who could make the playoffs? And that's the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Holy cow! They turned it around.
And you got to root for them.
I don't have to.
Well, it's division.
I'm going to.
And that's some talk for after the break.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I know you're wanting us to just shut up, and a lot of people do. And so we will.
Take that headgear off and walk out whenever you want.
Let's go.
Well, I showed up today.
Yeah, you did. We appreciate that. I wish you would have showed up last week so we had something to listen to.
Yeah. Well, you had us.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back. We'll talk probably some more baseball, some football, some basketball, and I don't know, furniture. You want to talk furniture?
Yeah, let's talk furniture.
All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hi, this is Mike Kegley of the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular, and you're listening to Chiefs Seats with Jake, Joe, Lloyd, Jim, and Shabadoo on 96.3 WLC.
FM. We're at the Hampton Inn. You know what that means?
Waffles.
Waffles.
We call this place the Waffle Inn.
The Waffle House.
Waffle Inn.
The Waffle Inn.
Don't be waffling in
like
here.
the Stagger Inn. There you go.
Yeah. Guys, bowl games are right around the corner, and as we all know, Illinois getting into the Reliquist Bowl.
Go Bears.
Taking on Mississippi State, who just lost their head coach. Mike Leach just passed away a few days ago. So, I mean, does that kind of put a damper or anything on that bowl game on January 2nd?
Well, probably not for Illinois.
I was going to say, going to make Mississippi a little more motivated.
A little motivated. They got someone to play for. Not that they wouldn't before, but you just, never really followed Mike Leach going up through his coaching ranks. But now a lot of videos out there. Seemed like a pretty fun guy.
Yep, everybody liked him, I think. I mean, some people probably didn't, but yeah, everybody liked him. Well known. Good coach. Sudden happening before a bowl game like that, and they did talk about not having the bowl game, correct?
Yeah, they did, but then the other side of it is that what Coach Leach would have liked. And no, he wants his kids out there playing. Now, you talk about all these bowl games. Are you going to have all your top guys playing? It's a bowl game. It's almost like a Pro Bowl, How serious do they take it? Where do they – yeah, you're getting your little, gifts and stuff like that. You get to travel to Orlando in January, where it's just a tad bit warmer. I mean, all the perks and the background and the that's fun. But when
the money the schools get.
Yeah, but when it comes down to the football game, how much are they really putting into it?
Well, I think that you're going to see it more and more with these bowl games being what I would call meaningless.
Yeah.
You're going to have players that think they're going pro or have a shot at going pro. They're going to step away from it, and they rightfully should.
I had never heard of that, to be honest, until this year, basically. That, I'm not sure if I'm going to play because I don't want to jeopardize anything.
Well,
McCaffrey started it. I mean, McCaffrey's the one that actually he was a star for Stanford and finally just said, I'm not going to play in that Rose Bowl. And in the previous Rose Bowl, the dude had like 400 all-purpose yards and 5 touchdowns or something.
You know what else probably has a little factor into it? I'm not saying it does, but I can see it does. The NIL. These kids are getting paid now, and they're getting a little taste of that. Yeah. And now, if you're good enough to go into the draft, why would you risk it?
I totally agree with him. That's a meaningless game that you could get injured with, not get drafted.
or not so much get injured, but what if you get exposed more? Especially at quarterback position, you get exposed for maybe not pulling the ball down, running soon enough, or not holding the ball long enough, or whatever. I mean,
Now, looking on the flip side, it could also help your draft status if you play in these games and do well. Because if you play for, let's talk Illinois. They weren't really nationally. They were at one time nationally, focused on because of their ranking, but not so much. It's Illinois football. It's on the rise, but it's not there yet. You got Witherspoon at a cornerback, Chase Brown. Those are two of your elite players where maybe they didn't have all that, all that focus, that recognition. You play in this bowl game, you really could stand out and, draw some attention, I guess.
Yeah, so if you are that guy, what do? You know what I mean? Or if it's your son, what do you tell him to do? You know what I mean?
Well, you're playing because I'm going to Orlando.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. It's easier said than done.
Sure.
Three bozos talking on a radio station. It's easier to us to talk about it.
Well, I remember when McCaffrey did it, and he's the one. I don't know. Listeners or somebody's paying more attention could probably tell me of others that had done it before.
But he also had some other influences. With his dad.
But he's the one that stood out to me, like that said, "Hey, we're not going to do this. We think he's going to go in the first, 2 or 3 rounds, and we're going to sit." And I remember being mad about it, going, "Man, that guy's such a stud, and I love the Rose Bowl, and he'd be fun to watch." But he made the right choice. Look at him now.
Yeah, pretty good, isn't he?
Something could have happened in that game. So I don't know.
Well, that or he could have put up 400 yards passing, maybe a couple run-in touchdowns.
Passing?
Or what?
He put up 400 yards passing.
You know what I'm saying, though.
No, I don't.
When you're going into a game like this, you look back at a few of the games in the past. With there was a John Elway game. There was another the guy from Oklahoma that I can't think of, about 5 years ago, that he upped his stock. He played in a bowl game.
Baker Mayfield?
No, it was before Mayfield. But anyway,
he just pops around too.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, you do put up those numbers in a game like that. It's going to be better than going to the combine and doing something.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nowadays you put a lot of stock on the combine, but if you see a guy in action and you see what he's worth, and let's say you're playing like maybe in Alabama or something like that, a bigger team whose defense is off the charts, and you can put up some numbers against them.
Right.
NFL team's going to take a harder look at you.
Right.
I would think. And maybe I'm wrong.
I would probably gauge a player more on his gameplay than going to a combine and seeing how fast he is or how high he can jump or how long he can jump. To me, that
or if he can complete the entire alphabet.
Right. Or
that might be important.
The little test they take. I don't even know what it's called. What's it called? That test.
Yeah.
It's a test.
To me, I want to know what you do on the field, how but it's just me. I'm nobody.
Yeah, we want to see what happens, but So I don't know. I think there's pros and cons.
Are you guys happy?
There's a lot of people that say you're nobody.
Oh, I know.
We don't agree.
Somebody in here.
I'm not going to disagree.
Completely agree with them, but
you're somebody in here.
I told Jim the other day that's not right.
Yeah, but he's not completely wrong. Just partially. Are you guys happy with the bowl committee on who they picked up in their top 4 as far as Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, TCU? I know TCU, they lost their conference championship game, which that was their only loss. People are wanting Alabama back in there. They got
because they're Alabama fans.
Yeah, they got 2 losses. Do you feel like they got it right? A lot of people didn't like Ohio State getting in.
I didn't like
after Michigan, what Michigan did to them. So who deserves to be in there besides Ohio State? Tennessee, Alabama. Michigan. Well, Michigan's in.
Yeah, they deserve to be there.
Oh, absolutely. Is there a team that didn't make the top 4 that you feel like should have?
Well, I think USC should have if he stayed healthy. If the quarterback stayed healthy, but went on and got the Heisman. I don't know. Ohio State's a good football team. Michigan ran over them, but is there a team out there that can play with Georgia?
That defense is pretty solid.
Yeah, the defense is pretty solid, and their offense.
And maybe that beat down for Ohio State, maybe that just kind of woke them up.
That's a great football team.
Is that their first loss?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their only
loss.
See, I don't know. I mean, Ohio State, and it's, Georgia probably will thump them, but I think that Ohio State can give them a good football game, as opposed to a lot of other teams. That
now Stroud's going to have a game of his life to the best defense in the country. A lot of things are going to happen. I think they lost a running back, so they're a little bit beat up. Got some time to heal, but I
don't think any other team in the nation can beat Georgia.
No.
Now, how many Georgia guys are sitting out?
0.
But see,
no
there
chance.
you go with this means something in the national titles.
Well, that does mean something.
Does mean
and when we get to the more teams in it in 24, I think it's going to be great. Myself.
Well, there are more teams.
Yeah, they're talking.
Well, I mean, they're going to have 12
not next year, but the following
12?
year.
12? Yeah, was it 12?
12 or 24 even. They were talking 24 at one time, and then
I think it's 12.
Shrank it down.
12. So you're going to somebody can have a bye. Somebody's going to have a bye.
I'm sure there's going to be 2 buys, I believe.
Yeah, because
there might be 2 buys.
Can't have 12.
I don't know the brackets, how that's figured out, but they're going to expand it, and I think that adds even more entertainment to college football, because now you are going to figure it out.
Your top 4 are going to have a bye, because that's going to put it down to 8.
Yeah, but
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I think that adds entertainment to college football. Much more so. The bowls were all great, but we got carried away with the bowls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they kind of got a little thin.
Everybody gets a bowl. If Jim
you guys had a team this year, let's get them a bowl game.
When you have the Jake's Furnishings WLCN Bowl,
you're not going to include Joe in that?
Sponsored by Joe Ryan.
Then you get insurance, a lazy boy recliner,
and 3 bozos on the radio.
And a photo op.
We have a chance of doing a bowl game.
Well, Jim, come on.
Let's make this happen. Light this candle.
He's been saving that money for something.
Yeah.
We're getting the Ohio University versus Cupcake State.
That'll just be fun, I think. And then you'll have a real national champion. If you went through those brackets and you beat 3 of the top teams in that.
That's a lot of extra football, though, for those teams. And
I think they'll. I don't know the plan, but it's not next year; it's the year after. So
I don't know. I think that's a big deal. I think if you're playing for a national title, you're having all the kids play, or all the kids are going to play.
Well, I like it.
I think
I'm not against it, but I think it's just a lot of extra football
and that goes back to the.
It's not really. It's just going to take away from other bowl games. It's just how you play.
There's probably still going to be some bowl games. There's probably still going to be a.
They're going to have 3 extra games. 4.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll do with the seasons.
I don't know.
Well, maybe they're going to take away some of those preseason games you get that aren't against
that mean
anyone.
Nothing.
When you're getting tuned up,
it doesn't mean nothing.
But that means a lot of money to those smaller schools.
Those smaller schools are going to get, because they rely on playing some of those bigger schools because they get a little kickback.
Well, now though that you're having all the big conferences, those little schools are going to get kicked around a lot.
So that's another thing. These conferences are just getting to be.
And what's it all come down to?
Money.
Yeah, the dollar. The Bitcoin. You guys are Bitcoiners, aren't you?
No, I don't know.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I don't even understand it.
It might pop back up. But
you watch that stuff all day.
I do.
You don't understand.
I do not understand.
You're Joe Ryan country financial.
We do not offer Bitcoin.
Financial, and you don't understand the Bitcoin.
You can. I do.
A lot of them don't.
I do not understand Bitcoin, and I haven't messed with it. I don't know anything about it.
I'm telling you.
Everybody can tell you whatever they want, but I don't think anybody else does.
Bitcoin and all that right now is kind of a scary deal.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the downward end of the trend, and if it goes much lower, it's going to go away.
Well,
quick.
as Mr. Wonderful said, when I can start making my house payments with Bitcoin, I'll think about it. Now, could you make a house payment today with Bitcoin? I don't know the answer.
Yes.
You could make a house payment with Bitcoin.
100%.
Here in Lincoln? Really?
Yeah.
So let's say you have your loan at CEFCU.
Yeah.
CEFCU accepts Bitcoin for your
CEFCU doesn't have to go through a transaction.
Does that cost money? I bet it does.
Not really.
I don't have any idea.
Let's say I walk into Jake's Furnishings and I got a pocket full of Bitcoin. Can I buy me
You gonna have a truckload of furniture
with Bitcoin?
Yeah.
At Jake's Furnishings?
I'll figure it out. Yep.
So it's going to be something I'm going to wait on.
Hey, I'm
going to have something
I'm
to
willing
eat.
to make something right about anything I do.
Bitcoin. We need that. If there's somebody out there listening that knows and really knows about Bitcoin, they need to come on here and tell us all about it.
Do they?
Yeah, no, don't come on here and tell us all about
Call us then. I don't understand it.
I guess, we don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, so we got plenty of time. Give us a call now. We got 10 minutes. You want to call in and tell us about Bitcoin?
We got 10 minutes.
BR549, give us a call.
What's that number?
BR549.
What's that number?
217.
Wait for it.
871-4309.
86.
No?
867.
4930.
Yes.
Maybe that's somebody texting about Bitcoin. JMac, I bet, knows about Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. Good one. Lloyd? Lloyd does not want to be here.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from St. Lloyd.
Yeah.
Did you send that to him?
That's some funny stuff.
Okay, we can talk about that. The princess has a fight today. It's fight day for the princess, Lily.
Lily told me she was going to get a hold of us when she was around.
We had her on the show before she was, a big deal. And now we follow her on Instagram, and
she's fighting for the U.S. title.
Yeah, so she's fighting today. That's exciting.
Where's that at?
In St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it's home turf for her.
Yeah, she lives down there, trains down there. So, Lincoln native. You were supposed to have her on.
She said the next time that she got
you're supposed to also have Cameron Cook.
I got
on.
Cameron Cook coming on.
Oh, yeah. Just win.
Well,
2024?
Yeah, I said next year.
Well, that's
I didn't say this year. I said next year.
Yeah, but you said that early in the year. We just figured,
next year. I said.
Why? Why a year?
Just to start the year off, because we start some of that slow time, and then we can have them on.
Because we're like, when's our peak time?
We peak during the summer. June, July, and August. We peak.
That's our peak time. All right. Well,
that's funny stuff.
At least we have a peak.
Well,
hey, let's take another commercial break. We come back, we'll finish it up here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. Stay with us.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
join the Growl family. It's Growl right now. Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau of Grau Chevrolet Buick. If you're in the market for a new used car or truck and don't see what you're looking for, please give us a call. We'll gladly let you know what we have coming in, and we'll search for the perfect vehicle for you. Incentives and rebates are changing all the time, and now is a great time to purchase a new or used car or truck. Call us at Grau Chevrolet Buick at 217-735-4444. Visit us on the internet at www.growinc.com or stop by and see us the old-fashioned way at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
The inventory reduction sale is in full swing at Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln, and you'll save for every room in your home. Top quality furniture for every room in your house will create a stunning new look while saving you hundreds of dollars. Choose from top quality Ashley brand sofas, including recliners, plush sectionals, complete dining room sets, and handsome bedroom outfits fit for a king. And what better than the perfect mattress than Bemco for the best night's sleep. At Jake's Furnishings, all Bemco mattresses are on sale now, including plush, luxury firm, and pillow top models. This inventory reduction sale won't last long. For more details, stop by the Jake's Furnishing Showroom, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 735-1212 and become a fan on Facebook. Jake's Furnishings. Make it your own.
This is Dan Duff, former Lincoln High School basketball player, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Shabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Christmas shopper.
No, I don't either. Jake is a Christmas shopper.
It is a big year at the Johnson household.
A big year.
Big year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, with Chloe's announcement of going to Nebraska, everybody gets Nebraska. You get Nebraska. Everyone gets Nebraska stuff.
Nebraska gear is going to be.
Are we getting something
all over Lincoln? Are we getting Nebraska?
If y'all want to jump on the bandwagon, I just better be seeing you wear them.
Oh, get us something. We'll wear them.
Joe will wear anything. I mean, he wears.
You know how I jump on wagons.
Yeah, he's a bandwagon hopper.
Look at me now. I'm kind of rooting for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, he's got his Detroit Lions on.
Yeah. Yep. No. We're going to do things a little different this year. Get my parents involved a little bit, and thought we'd try to do some things a little grander, if you will. So
yeah, I mean that's good because a lot of us take things for granted, and we need to. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, which is and this year, I know on my side, Dad's not going to feel like getting out near as much and whatnot, so we're just going to take it to him and enjoy what we can,
chill.
Enjoy the time, and get to see the expressions on the kids' faces, and he gets to see them at the same time, and it'll be a good thing. I'm excited.
Yeah, that is good because I know Christmas can be stressful for a lot of people with traveling and got to be here, got to be there, got to be here. That takes its toll. I know we've done it for years, where
all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
To just kind of.
Well, and you
chill out.
With that being said, you want to see the family on Christmas.
Sure.
I mean, at least for me, I know I do. I know it's been a few years.
Are we kind of family?
Are we? I mean, this is family.
A few years back, when it was right when I got separated from my first wife, there, I had I had a lot of nothing to do on Christmas Day. So I got up early. I contacted all my brothers and sisters. I said, hey, what time are you guys doing? What time do you get up and do gifts and stuff? Well, the chosen one, the big brother, they do it like at 5 in the morning. I mean, it is bang. So I was there at 5 in the morning, got to watch my nephews and nieces open some stuff. It was really kind of cool. I took them some stuff. And then right after that, around 7:30, they were doing it at the little brother, the baby's house. So I ran over there and caught the baby's house, and got to see a couple more nephews and nieces open some things, which was really cool.
That's fun.
To me, it was just, I was just running around and I got to see everybody do some things, and I had pretty much an open day, and it was a really good day all the way around. So
you got to be. You felt involved.
And I got to see some things that, you don't normally get to see your nephews and nieces in that form a lot of times. And it's really kind of cool and fun to see it from, kind of a parent experience there. So.
Yeah, and I miss those days where your kids, they get up and the excitement of going in and see what Santa brought them.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if they still believe in Santa or not. I mean, they're 25.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, they know who Santa is
I'm
now.
sure they do.
But now with the grandbaby, that excitement's there.
Is there again?
It's and so are the bills.
And before you had video games and everything on TV, you had to put toys together.
And
that was always fun.
And they're redoing a lot of these old school toys, but they are so cheaply made these days.
That is true.
They do not make them like they used to. Like a simple etch-a-sketch. Back in the day, it was just it weighed about 10 pounds.
You could throw it off the wall if you wanted.
Now
use it as a wrestling instrument and smack your big brother off the top of the head.
Yeah, and it's things. The way things have been made.
Pay more and get less.
Yeah, exactly. And that goes with anything. A washer, dryer, or refrigerator. They're just not built like they used to be, right, Jim?
For a purpose.
You had the old ice box back in the day.
Yeah.
You named that ice box.
Remember we moved that plumbing inside?
We pulled our lunch out of the creek.
Yeah. Kept her cold in the creek, and we stored our squirrels in grease.
Jim's getting up there.
Not cheap as furniture, though.
Furniture
now it's still cheap.
Cheaply made.
Wow.
No, it's definitely not cheaply made.
You want me to kick him in the face?
But at the old Jake's Furnishings, you can get deals, Scotty.
Deals.
There's deals to be made.
And all of you cryptocurrency people, stop by Jake's.
We'll figure that out. I'm willing to pay about 10,000. Take 10,000 Bitcoin for a few $100s worth of furniture.
A vignette of pillows, a pillow,
something like that.
Yeah. No idea.
Well, I know what we're gonna do now.
We're going to make some listeners happy.
We're going to get off the air. It's 10:01. Fellas, 1 week till Christmas. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Even you, Lloyd. I know you will. Lloyd's in his Santa hat today.
Like usual.
Look how happy he is. We posted that to the website.
And he dozed off a couple of times. And we got proof.
And we're back.
Be sure to tune in to WLCN 96.3 FM today, as well as YouTube, as the Railers are at home at 2:30 tip, taking on the Flaming Hearts from Effingham. You guys going to attend? You have nothing to do today, do you? Come on out.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Come on out. We'll halftime interview.
Do you have to shower?
No.
Okay.
No, come on.
Perfect.
You do not.
We're in.
It's optional. All right, that's going to do it for us today here on the Cheap Seats. I hope all of our listeners have a fantastic Christmas and New Year's, and then we'll see you in a few weeks.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.